Have you ever wondered what happens when a society's foundation crumbles under the weight of its own contradictions? That was France in the late 18th century, on the brink of a revolution that would reshape the world. Welcome, fellow explorers of the cosmos of knowledge, to Lexopedia. Today, we journey back in time to the tumultuous era of the French Revolution. France was divided into three estates: the clergy, the nobility, and the commoners. The first two estates, although a small minority, enjoyed vast privileges and exemptions from taxes. The third estate, encompassing everyone else from peasants to wealthy merchants, bore the brunt of taxation and possessed limited rights. This system, inherently unfair, created a breeding ground for resentment and unrest. The Palace of Versailles, a dazzling spectacle of opulence and grandeur, stood in stark contrast to the poverty and hardship endured by much of France.
Life at Versailles was a whirlwind of extravagant balls, elaborate feasts, and courtly intrigue.
The king and queen, surrounded by a coterie of nobles, seemed detached from the realities of the common people. Marie Antoinette, in particular, became a target of popular resentment, her lavish spending and alleged indifference to the plight of the people earning her the moniker Madame Deficit.
The French monarchy's extravagance, a symbol of its disconnect from the people, fueled the flames of discontent. The tales of Versailles' opulence spread throughout France, reaching even the most remote villages. The common people, struggling to survive, heard whispers of diamond necklaces and lavish banquets.
France's financial woes played a crucial role in igniting the revolution. Decades of wars, including costly involvement in the American Revolution, had drained the French treasury. The country faced mounting debt, and the government's attempts to impose new taxes were met with fierce resistance, particularly from the privileged classes. The common people, already burdened by heavy taxation, faced soaring food prices due to a series of bad harvests. Bread, the staple food of the poor, became a luxury few could afford. The economic crisis, coupled with the monarchy's seeming indifference, created a volatile atmosphere. People from all walks of life, united by their shared hardship, began to question the legitimacy of a system that seemed designed to benefit only a select few. The 18th century was an age of enlightenment, a period of intellectual ferment that challenged traditional notions of power and authority. The ideas of philosophers like John Locke, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, and Montesquieu resonated deeply in France, inspiring calls for liberty, equality, and popular sovereignty. Locke's concept of natural rights, including the right to life, liberty, and property, found fertile ground in France. Rousseau's ideas on the social contract and the general will further fueled the flames of revolution, challenging the absolute authority of the monarchy. The writings of these Enlightenment thinkers circulated widely in France, their ideas debated in salons and coffee houses. The Enlightenment provided the intellectual framework for the French Revolution. In a desperate attempt to address the kingdom's financial crisis, King Louis XVI made a fateful decision. He summoned the Estates General, a representative assembly of the three estates, for the first time in over a century.
The kingdom is on the brink of financial ruin. We must convene the Estates General to find a solution.
The king hoped to secure approval for new taxes, but the assembly would prove to be a catalyst for revolution. The Estates General convened in May 1789 at Versailles. The Third Estate, representing the vast majority of the population, arrived with a list of grievances and demands for reform.
We must address the concerns of the Third Estate, but the voting system remains unchanged.
They argued for greater representation and an end to the privileged status of the clergy and nobility. However, the voting system of the Estates General, which gave each estate one vote regardless of its size, ensured that the First and Second Estates could always outvote the Third Estate. This antiquated system, a relic of a bygone era, only served to further inflame tensions. The Third Estate, recognizing the futility of participating in a system rigged against them, took a bold step. They declared themselves the National Assembly, the true representatives of the French people. The National Assembly, emboldened by the support of the people, embarked on a radical course of action.
We must abolish feudalism and adopt the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen. This is a new era for France.
They abolished feudalism, stripping the nobility of their ancient privileges. They adopted the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen, a groundbreaking document that proclaimed the equality of all men and enshrined the principles of liberty, property, security, and resistance to oppression. France was undergoing a profound transformation. The old order, based on privilege and absolute monarchy, was crumbling. In its place, a new order was emerging, one based on the principles of popular sovereignty, individual rights, and representative government.
The old regime is ending. We are building a nation founded on liberty and equality.
The National Assembly's actions were met with a mixture of jubilation and fear. The common people, sensing the winds of change, celebrated the dismantling of the old regime. The nobility, clinging to their power and privilege, watched in horror as their world unraveled.
The revolution will face challenges. The king resists, and foreign powers threaten intervention. But we are determined to forge a new destiny for our nation.
The revolution was not without its challenges. The king, initially hesitant to embrace the changes, attempted to resist. Foreign powers, alarmed by the spread of revolutionary ideas, threatened intervention. The storming of the Bastille on July 14, 1789, stands as a pivotal moment in the French Revolution. The Bastille, a symbol of royal tyranny, must fall. The people demand justice and freedom. The Bastille, a medieval fortress and symbol of royal authority, became a target of popular fury. Its fall marked a turning point, a symbolic victory of the people over tyranny. On that fateful day, a Parisian mob, fueled by rumors and fears of royal reprisals, stormed the Bastille in search of weapons and gunpowder. The governor has surrendered, but the bloodshed cannot be forgotten. This is a victory for the people. The governor of the fortress, overwhelmed by the sheer number of attackers, surrendered, but not before bloodshed. The fall of the Bastille had a profound impact on the course of the revolution. It emboldened the revolutionaries, demonstrating the power of the people when united against oppression. The fall of the Bastille is a beacon of hope. It shows that we, the people, have the power to change our destiny. The Bastille, once a symbol of royal power, became a symbol of the revolution itself. The French Revolution, despite its noble ideals, was not without its dark chapters. The Reign of Terror, a period of extreme violence and political repression, cast a long shadow over the revolution's legacy.
Driven by fear of counter-revolution and fueled by radical factions within the government, the Reign of Terror saw the execution of thousands of people deemed enemies of the revolution.
The guillotine, a gruesome symbol of the era, claimed the lives of both the guilty and the innocent. Among the victims of the terror were King Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette, symbols of the old regime. From the chaos of the French Revolution emerged a new figure who would shape the destiny of France and Europe, Napoleon Bonaparte. A brilliant military strategist and ambitious leader, Napoleon rose through the ranks of the French army, seizing power in a coup d'état in 1799. Napoleon's reign marked a departure from the ideals of the revolution. He established a dictatorship, albeit one that preserved some of the revolution's achievements, such as the legal equality of citizens. He also embarked on a series of military conquests, spreading French influence across Europe. Napoleon's empire, while impressive in its scope and power, was ultimately short-lived. His ambition proved to be his undoing, leading to a series of defeats that culminated in his final downfall at Waterloo in 1815. Despite his ultimate failure, Napoleon left an enduring legacy. He consolidated many of the revolution's achievements, codified French law, and spread revolutionary ideas across Europe. The French Revolution, though tumultuous and often violent, left an indelible mark on the course of history. It shattered the foundations of absolute monarchy, replacing it with the principles of popular sovereignty, individual rights, and representative government. The revolution's legacy extends far beyond the borders of France. It ignited revolutions across Europe and inspired movements for independence in Latin America. Its ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity continue to resonate in the modern world, inspiring struggles against tyranny and oppression. The French Revolution reminds us that even the most entrenched systems of power can be challenged and overthrown. It teaches us that ideas have the power to transform societies and that the pursuit of freedom is a constant struggle. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the cosmos of knowledge. I hope you found this exploration of the French Revolution as enlightening as I did. If you enjoyed this journey through time, be sure to like this video, share it with your fellow explorers, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to Lexopedia for more adventures in the universe of knowledge. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep reaching for the stars.